Hey y'all. So I just had to come on here because I just had a really heavy on my heart to share my truth on everything that's going on in our world right now. I just really needed to share my truth on everything that's going on in our world right now. You know, when I see the heartbreaking things that are going on with my people, are going on in our country, are going on with the world, I just had to come on and say that this is why I am so passionate about spiritual alignment. It's why I'm so passionate about each and every person aligning with, tapping into, and hearing from the presence of God within them. I'm so passionate about each and every one of us tapping into the presence of God within us and aligning with our best and highest destiny for multiple reasons. One, because when we are aligned with our best and highest destiny, bullshit cannot touch you. No danger will come nigh your dwelling. That is the promise of God in the Bible. When we are about the Father's business, when we are living our true purpose, those things that come to steal, kill, and destroy and snatch our potential cannot touch us. And that's true for all of us, no matter what color we are. The promises of God are ours when we are aligned with our best and highest destiny, and when our life is about whatever it is that God has put within us. That's our beacon of protection. That's when nothing that is not on the frequency of God can touch us. That's why I'm always talking about raising your vibration. That's why I'm always talking about living a principled life and staying in tune with the truth. That's why I'm always talking about listening to the voice of God and tuning out all other negative voices, including those that come from your own mind. That's why I'm always talking about those things, because that's where we find protection. That's when we're guided to the path of protection. That's when no bullshit can touch us. And you know what? And I have to also say, and I could see, these things are important to me because I'm about a revolution by any means necessary. I'm not a person who is about just allowing people to continually walk over you. I'm not about that. But see, I'm a person of peace. And so since I'm a person of peace and love, that's why I have to share the frequency from that frequency. And that's why I stay steeped in that, because also, you know what? Any ways that we ourselves, this will be true. This is true for all of us, no matter what color we are. For someone who is suffering from racism, someone who is suffering from fear of another race, someone who is threatened by a person of color, or who is threatened by any person at all, when you're tuned in to your best and highest destiny, you're going to take actions from that place. You're not going to feel the need to hurt someone else in order for you to feel better. You don't need to have your foot on someone's neck in order to feel like a whole human. See, the presence of God elevates all of us. And when we are listening to that, when we're listening to the presence of God within us, which we all have the ability to tap into, and all of us come with the promise of good, the promise of God, the promise of greatness within us, we can choose to tap into that, or we can continue to be run by the stories that have run us and given us negative outcomes for generations. Black or white. There are some things that we have listened to that may have been passed down from generation to generation that we need to stop listening to and agreeing with. I'm going to say, for white people, is one that, first of all, black lives are less than human, and they don't deserve the same love as you. We're actually all one. We're all children of God. We all have a great destiny and a great purpose on this earth, and we can choose to fulfill it and actualize our potential, or we cannot. If we do, then we create a world that works for everyone, where there is peace and love and abundance and harmony. If we do not, then we get the opposite of that. For black people, we need to quit listening to this voice of being a victim. You're not a victim. No one has power over you. And these ideas that we are helpless at the hands of a system that has structurally been designed against us, that's not true. There are no limitations upon us. And when we tune into the presence of God within us and listen for the guidance of our best and highest destiny, we're guided in the path to fulfill that. We're guided in the path to love each other and to come together. We're guided in the path to walk in a place of peace and of power. We're guided in a way that leads us on a path of purpose. We're guided in a way that leads us in a path of prosperity that no one can stop, no matter how they don't want you to see it. I'm tired of my people feeling victimized. I'm tired of my people feeling victimized. I'm not with that. I am not with that. But I will say this, Black people, we cannot wait for other people to recognize our humanity in order for us to start living our destiny. We cannot wait for that. That's why I'm always talking about spiritual alignment. That's why I'm always talking about raising our frequency. That's why I'm always talking about healing traumas. That's why I'm always talking about letting go of anything that does not serve you. Because when we do that, we are guided and we have the thoughts to know what we need to do to change our condition. Because that's the answer. That's why I'm always talking about manifesting the life that you want. Because truthfully, all of us want the same things. We want peace. We want love. We want prosperity in our homes and in our lives. We all want the same things. And if we really align with the presence of God within us, we'll all be organized and directed and guided into the path to create the societies that work for everyone. How do I know that? That's what the entire universe shows us. That's why the planets rotate on their axes and their orbits. That's why the sun rises every day. That's why we have the seasons. The whole universe is in order. The only place where there is chaos is in the mind of man. And we need to stop believing the lies of lack, limitation, and separation so that we can come together and truly all live our highest destinies and create a life that works for all of us and all of our children. That's the only answer. Otherwise, none of us are going to have any peace, and there is going to be violence. And we don't want to align with that frequency. We don't want that. We all want to rise higher and represent spiritual nobility, the ability to see something higher, to come out of something tragic, and to create something beautiful and divine out of anything. We have that power, and we can do it. Manifest your highest destiny. Let's do that individually and collectively by taking control of our own minds and our own spirits. Let's start, instead of just letting thoughts think us and drive us to inhumane actions or victimized mentalities, start telling your mind how to think, tell your feelings how to feel, and tell your body how to react. And let's all align that energy for good, for God, and for love.